welcome along. This is Virtual Farmer, and I'm taking the quad track out this morning because we have a contract to do. It's a ploughing contract. We're going to set this going on it, and then we're going to see what we've got to do around the farm to clear things up. You can see the fence is sitting here from last time. We've moved forward to June. Because there actually wasn't really much available to us in May. So we moved forward to June, and we are going to be getting into this crop for our final harvest next time. So I'm looking forward to getting into this, into the wheat. So we should get a whole load of flour processing out of that, and through our bakery from that. Let's just sort this contract out. So we've got the two contracts here on field 27. This is the one we have. It's 45,697. So we will collect on that. And this is the one we're doing at the moment. 43,810. It's quicker for us to do with our own equipment. It's over there on field 6. So we're going to be heading towards the shop to do this. Now, there are a few really high-paying contracts here, but they're all harvesting contracts, and as a result, they are these. I think I did a test. Yeah, I did a test on 25, and that will just take way too long, even with two harvesters. So we're not going to do any of these, and there's not really much else available here for us today. So, yeah, our last push really with the contract is going to be this ploughing contract. So we're going to go and get this done. We'll head down there and get this started. And then we've got a few bits and pieces, I think, to sort of do around the farm. I think we could do with another cut on our grass. And you know what? In the interests of making as much money as possible, I think we probably want to do silage with the grass today, especially as it's raining. So entrance to this field is here. Actually caught me slightly off guard just then. And yeah, this is not a small field. I get the of course play isn't going to come up, so let's try that. Yeah, course play is not coming up. Let's get up our assistant. Oh, let's cancel that. And then we should be able to get it up. Yeah, there we are. Looking pretty good. And it's going to start in this bottom corner. I think that's fair enough. So okay that, and send it on its way. And hopefully that should do this job without too much hassle. Before we continue on the farm, this video is brought to you in partnership with the awesome people at Apex Gaming PCs. I've teamed up with Apex Gaming PCs to create a custom line of PCs suitable for everyone from beginner farmers to virtual farming experts. And the highest spec machines are also perfect for streaming and content creation. So there's never been a better time to go check them out. So while that's going, we want to get the mowers on the David Brown. I also want to give everything a wash before we finish on this series. I think it's been a while since we got a wash on everything. But my mowers are still down the bottom here. Hook those up. Got a little bit sunny. In fact, yeah, I think we've got... Oh, no, we have hail at the moment. It's currently hailing on us. So that is going to damage our wheat crop just before we harvest it, which is really annoying. But that will clear up in the near future, and then we'll be able to go and, without too much difficulty, get everything going. That seems to be lowered. I want to lift it. Yeah, there we go. Right. It wants to sit low, apparently. So let's go through. I want to get this mowing, and I think we'll try and hook the other tractor up then to the windrower, and then we can just follow behind or go behind on this field and get the windrowing done. very quickly. Basically, today's plan is all about speed. I want to get everything cut and rowed and done quickly. Everything on this map is so tight. Yeah, we should then be able to turn things around and have a good little extra bit of income from the silage bales. Keeping these ones specifically to sell. So unfold everything and then see if we can bring up. I don't know why I can't bring up courseplay at the moment. But that's all right. We don't need courseplay for this. That is looking pretty good. So let's start up the hired worker. We can jump out and that will get started. Yep, on the mowing. I put the windrower up here last time, so let's just back into here and grab that. Yeah, oh, almost had it. There it is. And not easy to park things in here, so I'm not really looking to keep this up here. We'll keep this probably down the bottom where we've started to store other stuff. My mower has not made it past the corner yet, though, which kind of suggests we've got a gate in the way. So let's just stop the hired worker here, back this off, close this gate. This, people, is why you do not leave your gates open. Hired worker again. And hopefully it just keeps going from where it was. Yeah. And off it goes. Back down with the back one. And our mower is off. I'm kind of wondering how long this hail is going to last. And yeah, it looks like until about middle of the day. I'm sitting here waiting now for the mower to finish its first run around the headlands. We're then going to follow it around for its second because this is slightly wider than a single row. And therefore, we kind of need that. In the meantime, I want to check in on how our productions are doing. So we're still continually selling strawberries, which is great news. We have plenty in our storage at the bakery. We're currently producing. We've currently produced nearly 2,500 liters of cake plus whatever's sitting up there. We also have 8,700, nearly 9,000 liters of bread as well, which is fantastic. So that is all great. As far as our dairy goes, we're up to 5,000 liters of chocolate, and sugar beet is still processing through our windmill as well, and we're direct selling the sugar from that at the moment. As far as amount of money that everything is valued at, silage is actually worth quite a bit today. We could make 36,000 selling silage today. And as we're making silage bales and as our cows have plenty of feed, I think while the mower's going, let's go load up the silage bales we have got and get them sold. I spent a whole load of time between my last video and this one at restacking my silage bales to make them more accessible and more easy to work. And yeah, they're in a great place for me now to use with this trailer. I've got a broken vehicle. I don't know which one it is. We'll have to go and fix that in a moment. Just get this into a position where I can unload fairly easily, or I can load up fairly easily. You can see we've got some fairly high stacks of 3, so we'll be loading them in 3s. My broken vehicle is the quad track, so we'll just get that started again. Doesn't look not that broken. That mod has started breaking stuff down really early now. kind of need to repair everything all the time. But with that sorted, we can now get in here with our pallet forks and pick these up. If I go really low, that should be good and fine. Whoa, and lift. Yeah. Yes. So yeah, we'll stick these on here, stacks of 3. I think that should cover most of it. Got a nice little bit of space here now, but I hadn't really figured what I was going to do with. Put that one on. What we'll do is we'll strap these down as we do each section. I might need to do something with the front though. I think we're a little bit unstable on our trailer at the moment. I moved the front of the trailer around a little bit. Just make it a bit more stable so that these don't go flying off. And then in. There we go. And get that all strapped down. Yeah, I'd like to fit 4 more of these on here, but I don't know how likely that is. We should fit 4 more on. Whether we'll fit 6 on, that is debatable. And then we could end up with a very top-heavy trailer if I'm not careful. Yeah, we should be able, I think, to keep or to get 4 more stacks on here, which we've got 5, I think. Oh, I managed to. This is the only thing you need to worry about with silage bales, is mistakenly unwrapping them or unwrapping them by mistake. You want to try and avoid that as much as possible. So it won't affect the sale price, but obviously would prefer to not unwrap them when I'm selling them. That is set number 3 on there. Let's check that we're actually strapping them down. Right, just 2 more to fit on here, and then that should give us enough to feed the cows if we need to, while the others are fermenting. I just need to make sure that the ones that we have that we get off the field now don't bury the ones that are currently ready to be used, because if that happens, then we'll end up with a problem in that we won't be able to feed our cows anything, because the ones we want to use to feed them will still be buried under those that are fermenting. Last stack in, done, and there we go. All strapped down. Oh, we can put another strap across the end. There's another strap there. Perfect. Right, that just leaves us with 4 bales. I'm gonna stack them up. Put this last one on top of here, and just in time for the rain to finish as well. Fantastic. That is really good, because we now can just go sell these, get some cash in. Very careful, this won't fall over, this stack. Now the place where we're looking to sell this silage is down here by the shop. Not where I thought it was. It's actually right up here in sort of the industrial area around here, and in this case it's just down the side here. So just pop out a cab, yeah, and we will undo all the straps. 31,000 off that. That actually was a really good plan. That's thrown us up to 564,000. And as a result, I think this is the perfect opportunity for us to get our finances a little bit in hand and pay off half of our loan. I am really, really pleased to be doing this. That is going to be a massive, massive weight off my mind. We could pay off over half, but I want to hold on to a little bit of cash. And there we go, down to 500,000. In fact, just under 500,000. 495,000 is all that is left on our loan now. And our mower has finished. So what I want to do is fold all of this up. We'll go and put this in the shed at the bottom corner. And we need to go and get our baler. And then we can actually do it in convoy. We'll have the baler and the tractor. The baler and the windrower working in tandem and get this done a bit quicker. And then we can just get around and wrap things up as well. Only downside to this shed is that it has got a lot of mud in its base. Doesn't make for easy dropping off and picking up of equipment. And yeah, you just sink into it like mad. Wouldn't be a good place at all to put down any kind of bales or anything, because you just wouldn't be able to place them on the ground. I'll approach the field. I'm going to unfold baler, bring it in by the bigger of the gateways, line things up, drop that down, and then follow. And we should now be able to just, yeah, get this going again. I'm actually pretty amazed by the pickup on that baler, even in the difficult corner bits that I've left. It has come through and picked it all up. That's pretty amazing. I think this one here would be a little bit sharp, so I'm hoping the baler is not too close to me. Yeah. And it should make it around that corner without any trouble. And pick all that up, going around like that. At least I'm hoping so. Quite a big pile of acid to deal with, but it's going round and it should line itself up. And if it does, yeah, it'll come back on. And it's going to get all of that. That is fantastic. Looks like the hail did a little bit of damage on this field before we harvested it. That should be all right. I think that will sort itself out without needing to be replanted. And yeah, like has happened quite a few times so far. Oh no. Like has happened a few times so far. The quad track has broken down again. How am I going to fix that error I've just made on that row? I've let the baler get into that section there. It has dropped a bale at probably the worst point it could. But we can get in here and get the rest of this row. And we'll just clean up on the next one. Yeah, a little bit annoying. Very basic mistake. But I've corrected it without too much hassle, so not too bothered. This has actually been quite efficient. I think it's going to leave us enough time to quickly get around this field and get it all wrapped up. I think the slightly higher yield from having rolled it and everything is going to produce slightly more bales, so should replace the, what, we had 8 stacks, so 8 threes, 24 bales that we sold roughly. So yeah, I think this is going to pay off quite well today and make sure that all of our bales are nicely, or that our cows have a nice set of bales to feed from. Can't get this through there, so I'm gonna have to reel really far back on this one. Hopefully not run into the David Brown. I think we're all good. And yeah, I think we've done very, very well. We'll be getting all this wrapped up in a moment. Right, there is the last stretch done with the rower. So we'll turn that off and fold it up. Baler is not too far behind. I don't know how close that's going to be to a full bale. We'll see in a moment. Yeah, it'll just swing around and grab that last little bit. I have been very impressed by the pickup on this case baler. That has been absolutely fantastic. Oh, we are 84% of a bale. That's unfortunate. Right, let's turn it off. Empty it out. Go higher, off. Turn it off. Empty it out. There we go. And then empty out the last bit as well, please. Right, it's because that last one hasn't dropped off the back. There we go. Right. And then empty out the last little bit. There we are. Last one. And again, do the same thing with this. Push it out the back. Right. You go and put the baler away, and then we'll go and put the windrow away and get these all wrapped up. So I think we've got enough bale wrap to get this done. Should just be a case of heading around the field, getting all of these wrapped up, and then from there we'll get the auto stacker. It has just gone 5 o'clock, so looking to wrap this up as quickly as I can now. And once I've done that, we'll be all done for the day. Our plow is still going, so I think that is probably going to go into the evening. I thought that might take a little less time than it is, but it's partly because it keeps being broken, and I keep having to restart it. But hey ho. Should be all right, I think. Just keep it going, and yeah, that'll finish it before the harvest starts. Coming up to our last bale, second to last is now wrapping, and it's just gone 6 p.m. So I'm kind of glad I didn't do both fields today. It just wouldn't really have been possible to get through both of them. I don't know how many bales we got on here. I'm going to count it up when we get them all stacked. But it does seem like a decent number. I don't think it's the 24 that I would like to see. I'm hoping it's at least 14. I think it's somewhere between the two, which is a good number. I mean, we sold 24. We've made another maybe 20. That is good. That is exactly where I'd like to be. So let's just park this up, and I'll go and get the bale stacker, and we'll finish off for the day. So got the stacker down to the field. Let's get these all collected up, and then we'll see exactly how many we have. Need to turn this on before we go any further, so turn it on. Right, let's see how many we can collect up. I've dropped off one full trailer. We actually are gonna have another 6 off here. Six and 9/10 basically. We're gonna put the small bale on last, and yeah, that is awesome. That is over 20 bales off this field. Definitely worth getting the roller on here and getting it fully fertilized, because that's brilliant. That is a slightly better than expected outcome, and means that we've just done exceptionally well today, including the fact that we had some hail damage on here as well. So we could have possibly had 22 bales off this. That is not to be sniffed at. And we didn't even do the second field. We would have had at least 2 full stacks, I think, off here, had we done this field and that one there. I think that would have worked out very well for us. All in all, we've had a pretty productive day here on the farm. We've just got to keep this contract going now until it finishes the contract. However, I'll leave this here. Next time we will be picking up for our final harvest, and we'll get that done. So I'll see you then. Thank you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Huge thank you as well to all of my patrons and channel members. These videos are only made possible thanks to your support. If you want more from Virtual Farmer, please check out the videos on screen now or subscribe for more. And I will see you next time.